you can't handle these 5 things, do not move to Summerlin.
In this video, we're going to take you for a ride on one of Summerlin's trails. We're going to visit one of the best parks in the community, and we're going to take you for a scenic drive to world-famous Red Rock Canyon.
Welcome to Summerlin.
I'm Vicki.
And I'm Kyle of the Simmons team.
And we've helped hundreds of people relocate to Las Vegas.
And we can help you too.
Let's talk about the first topic on our list. Take it away, Kai.
No problem. If you wait till the end of this segment, I'm going to share with you something special about Vicki. So, in Summerlin, like I said, I mentioned this in a lot of our videos, the town is kind of like a giant square. And so in Summerlin, I guess in your vantage point, you're on the far end or the far west side of town. Being at the edge of town means you're much closer to where homes aren't. And when you're near open range and national conservation areas, Red Rock and all these other places, that's a place where wildlife is protected. So it is possible, or a better way to explain it is, imagine there's a parcel of land that used to be barren desert abutted to more desert. So sometimes the builders will build a home, just like they are in Summerlin. They're building numerous subdivisions here. A place that was once formerly natural area has now been converted or added to a part of the city. So sometimes coyotes might find their way into your yard, so it's important to remember and think about that to protect your small animals and little dogs. Also, hawks have been spotted in that same area because it is on the fringes of town. It's important to know that wildlife will make its way back into town, especially when it used to be a part of their natural habitat. We do have a lot of scorpions, and I don't want to scare anyone because it's really important to know that you are the last line of defense for your own safety with your own home. So it's important to know to get a pest guy to come out, maybe have them lay some bait boxes or traps for you. If you do live in this part of town, there's a lot of ways to remediate that. And another fun activity that you probably don't know if you don't live here or in the desert, as we call it, scorpion hunting. It's at nighttime. You get a black light bar, a phosphorescent, the neon bar, and then you search through the rocks and look for scorpions. And so there's a lot of ways to combat this, and there is a heightened scorpion season as well. So there's different times of year for you to be focused on that. But what we want to really drive home to you is that it's not an unsafe place to live, and you don't hear major headlines of anyone being tragically injured from the scorpions. So don't let that misconception scare you from moving to Summerlin. But if you're a person that's like, I can't handle bugs, then maybe this isn't the place for you. You might want to move to a more established part of town.
So if you haven't guessed it by now, our number one topic is nature and wildlife.
Here's that fun fact for you guys. Vicki one time saved a small dog from a coyote attack. We were in California at the time, and a coyote grabbed with its mouth a much smaller dog from a woman and yanked the leash out of her hand. And Vic thought it was a big dog, but ended up realizing it was a coyote.
Yeah.
So she sprinted and chased after it. And then what did you do to get him to let go?
I chucked my phone at the coyote, and it threw the coyote off, dropped the dog. The woman was able to take her dog to the vet, and ended up being a really good story.
She saved a doggy's life.
I did.
Interesting thing about Summerlin is quick, I have an important fact that you absolutely need to know. We're going to go over a little bit about Summerlin and some of the HOAs. So first of all, Summerlin has been voted the number one or in the top 10 master planned communities across America for many years in a row. So it's always one of the more desirable locations in America. But more importantly, it is slightly more expensive in price per square foot than many other locations in the Vegas Valley and Henderson. So if you are coming to Las Vegas and looking to move into Summerlin, it is slightly more expensive than most other places in town.
Important fact, 75% of homes in all of Las Vegas are actually going to reside in an HOA. So if you are not wanting a home in an HOA, then Summerlin may not be the place for you.
Yeah, it is important to know that those dues do go towards things like these beautifully landscaped parks. It also goes towards the gates that you might have at your community, swimming pools you might have at your community, and just a plethora of other amenities that come with being in the master plan. So it is more expensive. It does cost more to live here, and you do have either a master plan fee and a sub HOA fee. You might even have 3 of them. It just depends on the neighborhood you're in. But with that being said, it's important to know that if you're going to be in Summerlin, and you cannot handle an HOA telling you what you can and can't build or paint or do, then maybe Summerlin isn't the right place for you to move.
I do have to say we have quite a few clients who live in Summerlin and have specifically said they only want to live in Summerlin for these reasons. So even though some of the things we have said in this video may seem a little scary for you, maybe the price is a little higher or whatnot, I will say that our clients absolutely enjoy living in this area, and it's because of those reasons that make this location so desirable.
Absolutely. Some of the more notable communities that do reside within Summerlin you might have heard of because they are some of the more expensive neighborhoods in the entire city. Those include
The Summit, Red Rock Country Club, The Ridges, and Ascension, and more.
Yep.
Homes in Summerlin cost a lot more money, and that's exactly why I live in Summerlin.
Darling, I'll never leave Summerlin.
Do you know how many parks are in Summerlin?
How many?
Well, I'll tell you that in just a second. But first, it's important to know that in Las Vegas, each square mile is going to have a designated minimum amount of parks that need to be put in. However, Summerlin's a little bit more unique because they actually chose when developing the land to put more parks and more amenities for the residents that live in the community, making it a more enjoyable place to live. So to answer your question, there are over 32 large community parks in Summerlin. It's just a numerous amount of amenities that Summerlin offers that you won't find anywhere else in town.
Do you have to be exclusive resident to enjoy those parks?
Great question. You do not need to be an exclusive resident to enjoy any of these parks. They're all public for anyone to enjoy, but living in Summerlin means you get the benefit of being close by and can maybe walk there or have a short drive.
Summerlin has 32 large community parks and a wide array of amenities, including 20 tennis courts, 14 baseball diamonds, 13 basketball courts, 11 soccer fields, 8 pickleball courts, and 1 outdoor roller hockey rink, among others.
Currently, we're at Park. It is a fantastic park here in the Summerlin area. Has huge metal slides, zip lines, insane climbing attractions, and all sorts of stuff. Come check it out. It's one of our favorite parks to take our kids.
Our kids absolutely love this park. There's so many fun things to do, and on top of that, you have one of the best views of the city. Come check it out. West 215 Beltway Trail.
What I love about this trail is it's really wide, it's really smooth, but most importantly, it completely avoids traffic and cars so that you can stay safe when you're on your ride.
So if you don't like extra parks or jogging trails,
then maybe Summerlin isn't for you. We are still at Park, which is just kind of central portion or area of Summerlin. And right now I'm going to punch into the GPS, Red Rock Canyon. And see what the navigation says for us. There we go. So we'll do letter G, Red Rock Canyon. Okay, 12 minutes, 7.7 miles. And that's to the observational lookout. That's not even to Calico Basin, which is ahead of it, or the entrance area to the actual Red Rock Canyon loop. We're taking that just past that to the overlook. So it's actually much closer than 12 minutes, but let's take a look at what that ride looks like. This fact you absolutely need to know about the majority of Summerlin is it's only built one kind of way.
That's right. Here in Summerlin, you will find that majority of the neighborhoods and homes are very cookie cutter style.
Track homes.
So they are track homes where they are extremely similar, and you'll be able to see that when you come to this neighborhood. And unless you are looking for a fully custom built home, which is going to be significantly more expensive, you're going to get this style home.
That's the basic vibe of the community. The builders do their absolute best to change the elevation styles, which pretty much means the front features of the houses so they don't look similar. But this one, for example, has a single window on the left side of the entry foyer and the 3-car garage. And the last home we visited, it instead had a 3-bay window, the entry foyer, and then of course the 3-car garage. So they do their best to make them look a little bit different, but the floor plans are basically going to be the same.
This guy right here.
Nope. You got 3 arches, and then an offset garage. Hey, you got a garage, 3 arches, and then I got this model here, followed by the offset garage with the 3 arches. Now here's the offset garage, but without 3 arches. They did a little patio. It still has the offset garage, and then to keep it more cookie cut, here's the 3 arches and the offset garage in the back. Here's the 3 arches with the 2-car front garage. Here is that same model that we mentioned again, and then here we go, the offset garage with 3 arches, and then 3 arches with an offset garage right next to each other. And this keeps going on. If you want more of this madness, we got 3 arches and a 2-car front garage, 3 arches and a 2-car front garage. We got 3 arches in a back offset garage. We got 3 arches in an offset back garage. We got 3 arches in an up front 2-car garage. We got 3 arches in an up front 2-car garage. We got 3 arches in an offset garage. We got 3 arches in an up front 2-car garage. And we got an offset garage, 3 arches, and then 3 arches in the front garage. Again, another common feature that you're gonna get living here in Summerlin is almost all of the sidewalks have a landscape buffer or an area full of beautiful landscaping, and then most of them have trees. So obviously someone has to pay for that, to water, landscape, fix, and replace. And so that's part of your dues for being in Summerlin. But the trade-off is having an absolutely serene and beautiful place to come, skateboard, walk your dog, roller skate, electric scooter, whatever you're into. There's always a wonderful place. And what I really appreciate about it too, as someone who rides my bicycle, a road cycle, is that these sidewalks you actually feel safe on, and you're not concerned about getting struck by a car because they're spacious and they're not too bumpy, they're not inconvenient. And then the other benefit too is that almost all the roads in here have a bicycle lane. A lot of places in Las Vegas do not always have a shoulder on the road for an actual bike lane. So it's really great that almost every place in Summerlin that's a major road has a large bike lane for you to feel comfortable. And another reason for that is there is a lot of road cycling and mountain biking here. They also do marathons, they do cycling races throughout Summerlin. Even the Viva Bike Vegas 100-mile race, Grand Fondo, would come through Red Rock and Summerlin and then loop its way all the way to the other side of town and around the rest of the town.
All right, friends, I'm so excited to show you. Welcome to the world famous Red Rock.
Vicky, this is not the world famous Red Rock. This is actually Red Rock Hotel, Casino, and Resort. It's an incredible place to come to the spa, get your hair done, go to the swimming pool, maybe stay for a room for a little staycation.
The restaurants are incredible, and for all my locals, you do get a discount at the spa during the weekdays.
You could tell this is Vicky's favorite Red Rock.
I enjoy it very much.
But I think, Vicky, what you're talking about is the world famous Red Rock Canyon, which is a national conservation area, and it is managed by the Bureau of Land Management. This is Red Rock. People always thought it would be Summerland, and they always wondered why it wasn't Summerland, but it ended up being that when Howard Hughes, the aviator, bought this land, his grandmother's name was Summerlin, and so he decided to name Summerlin after his grandmother, and that's why we have this famous part of town called Summerlin, which used to almost include Red Rock Canyon Park, but then they ended up giving that back to the government to allow them to put a park here.
I love that.
Yeah. So right now we're leaving Red Rock Canyon, and this is basically where the city starts, and you can see that we are at the edge of the city and it is quite far away. So right now we're about to do a little segment, and it's called Count the Bikers. How many cyclists can we count?
So if you haven't guessed it by now, the last thing on our list is the distance to the Strip.
So it's important to know, if you are choosing to make Summerlin your next home, you are going to be on the farthest west fringes of the town. And with that said, it's important to know that if you go to the lake for boating frequently, and you like going to do water sports, that's going to be a long drive from over here. It's on the complete opposite side of the valley. You might want to consider Boulder City or Henderson if you want to be boating every weekend or driving to Arizona every weekend. If travel's important to you and you're frequently going to the airport for work or for family, you're going to be pretty far from it, and it's going to be kind of an expensive Uber ride if you choose to make that ride to the airport from Summerlin.
Now, if those things don't bother you at all, then this might be the perfect location for you.
In fact, some people would prefer it that way. They don't want to be near the city. They don't want to be near the hustle and bustle. They don't go to the airport. They work from home. They have every reason to be right on the edges of this beautiful landscape.
They love being next to nature and far away from the strip. It doesn't feel like you are living in the city. You are away from it all.
Summerlin is a lifestyle, and they call it Summerlin living. And even though we are at the absolute edge of town here, and it pretty much goes into mountains and desert beyond this, it's important to know that every single thing you'll need is right here in Summerlin. If you need a pharmacy, if you need a drugstore, if you need a bicycle shop, if you need Walmart, if you need Costco, everything you could ever imagine is here. And we also have our own local casino, the Red Rock Casino. It's a fantastic, top-rated casino and resort to be at. And so Summerlin is a perfect destination for people who might want to be outside of the center of the city, but still enjoy every convenience you could think of. As a reward for sticking around, the name of the park that we've been playing at all day is Fox Hill Park, right here in Summerlin.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want any more information about moving to Las Vegas and relocating here, we actually created a relocation guide that you can find in the link below. Definitely check it out if you want more details, more resources about what it's like to move here. And we just want to thank you guys so much for watching our videos. We really enjoy making them for you. And if we can help you at all relocate, we would love to help you.
And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to make sure you stay up to date on everything Las Vegas real estate.